Counting on Jill Duggar to add more shocking revelations in book. Counting on alum Jill Duggar Dillard has been focusing more on sharing positive content on social media since suffering a miscarriage in April. The 33-year-old mostly shares pictures and clips from her family's outdoor activities. She's been a supportive mother as well, watching over her son's swimming lessons. But it seems Jill is still not done making some shocking reveals about the family as she plans to update her book. Several Redditors even predict what may be the possible additions to the title. Keep reading to see the discussion. Counting on Jill Duggar shades Jim Bob at Jana's wedding. Last week, Jill took to Instagram to share photos from Jana and Steven's wedding. The Counting on alum stunned many fans with her black short dress, defying the Duggar family's dress codes in front of Jim Bob and Michelle. But what caught the attention of many was Jill's response to a fan about why she wasn't a bridesmaid. According to Derek's wife, she simply doesn't know why. But it should always be the bride's decision, she added. Jill's comments received mixed reactions. Some said that she was seemingly shading Jim Bob amid speculations that he was the one who chose Jana's bridesmaid and maid of honor. But others think Jill was simply not chosen for a role at the nuptials. Jill to add more shocking revelations in book. Another Reddit thread also speculates that Jill may not be done going after her father in her book. It was recently reported that the Counting on alum is planning to add more content for the upcoming reprints of her memoir, Counting the Cost. According to some, it may feature Jim Bob and Michelle's negative response to the book. Others also predicted that Derek may lay more vague messages pointing towards Jim Bob. But there are several people who think that the upcoming editions may only revolve around her stillborn daughter, Isla Marie. 1. The loss of Isla. 2. More therapy. 3. JB and Michelle's negative response to the book. 4. How some of Jill's siblings read the book and privately supported her for it. I think that what's more likely is that while printing a new circulation, Jill and Dee were asked to put in an update chapter or something, probably hoping that this would lead to people buying it again. Aftermath of book from family and losing her daughter. Jill seems to be closer to her family now than she was when they wrote book. My guess is that they will say that all is forgiven and robustly reaffirm their evangelical faith. Counting on Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard show support for sons. Jill recently took to Instagram to share a clip from her kids' latest swimming lessons. But this time, Derek came along to swim with their kids. Summer is over, but the opportunity to teach your kids the valuable skill of swimming doesn't have to be. The Counting on alum captioned. Jill Duggar Dillard also received positive comments from fans, commending her for teaching her sons valuable life skills. Swimming lessons are so important. Learning to swim is such a good asset. Swimming lessons are so important. This place looks like fun. If you are looking for more Duggar family news, come back to TV Shows Ace for all your updates. Jill Duggar Dillard, one of the most recognizable faces from the once immensely popular reality TV series 19 Kids and Counting, has made headlines in recent months with the release of her memoir, Counting the Cost. In this compelling book, co-authored with her husband Derek Dillard and Craig Borlase, Jill opens up about the highs and lows of growing up in the Duggar family, one deeply rooted in the conservative evangelical teachings of the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP, founded by Bill Gothard. For years, the Duggar family became synonymous with modesty, strict adherence to religious beliefs, and a lifestyle that often bewildered the mainstream public. But behind the veneer of the perfect, God-fearing family, Jill reveals there was a story of control, exploitation, and betrayal. With the release of Counting the Cost, many fans and critics alike were taken aback by the shocking revelations that have already come to light. Jill Duggar's willingness to speak out about her strained relationship with her parents, particularly her father, Jim Bob Duggar, who was once regarded as the family patriarch and moral compass, has prompted many to wonder if more jaw-dropping secrets are yet to be uncovered. Could Jill Duggar Dillard be on the cusp of sharing even more explosive details in the future? A journey toward liberation for those who have followed Jill's journey. It has been evident that she has gradually distanced herself from her famous family. Married to Derek Dillard since 2014, the couple has openly shared their journey of breaking away from the rigid family structure. Jill's relationship with her parents began to sour when she and Derek chose to carve out their own path, one that included making their own decisions about finances, family planning, and careers, something that seemed antithetical to the way Jill was raised. In her memoir, Jill recounts the overwhelming pressure she felt to conform to her parents' expectations, especially when it came to her role in the family's media empire. She was not only expected to film 19 Kids and Counting and its spin-off, Counting On, but she also found herself at the mercy of Jim Bob Duggar's control over her finances. Jill and Derek were shocked to discover that they were not being fairly compensated for their appearances on the show, a revelation that pushed them further away from the Duggar fold. But perhaps the most poignant part of Jill's book is her account of how she was re-victimized by her family in the wake of the 2015 scandal involving her older brother, Josh Duggar. Jill and her sister Jessa were publicly identified as two of Josh's victims after it was revealed that he had sexually abused them and other girls when they were younger. For Jill, this was a betrayal of trust, not only by her brother, but also by her parents, who had covered up the abuse for years and then allowed the details to be disclosed to the media without her consent. The emotional and psychological toll of this public exposure was immense, and it only deepened the chasm between Jill and her family. The promise of more revelations, given the magnitude of the secrets Jill has already revealed. Many are now speculating about what additional bombshells could be on the horizon. Could she be holding back even more shocking truths? And if so, why? One possibility is that Jill has chosen to withhold certain details out of a desire to protect her younger siblings, many of whom are still under the watchful eye of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. With the family's public image already tarnished by the Josh Duggar scandals, Jill may feel conflicted about how much to reveal. While she may no longer feel loyal to her parents, she likely still cares deeply about her brothers and sisters, some of whom may not be ready or willing to hear their family's darkest secrets exposed. However, Jill's memoir is not just a story of pain and betrayal, it is also a narrative of healing and empowerment. As she and Derek continue to raise their own family, there is a sense that Jill is finally coming into her own, learning to trust her instincts and reclaiming her voice after years of being silenced. In doing so, she has become a beacon of hope for many who have experienced similar struggles within authoritarian patriarchal systems. Her willingness to speak out, even when it has meant going against her family, has garnered admiration from those who see her as a symbol of resilience and independence. As such, it is entirely possible that Jill may decide to share more details about her life in future writings or interviews. Now that the floodgates have opened, she may feel compelled to continue peeling back the layers of the Duggar family's public facade. Fans of Jill are eager to know more about her journey, what led her to make certain choices, how she overcame the pressures of growing up in the public eye, and what advice she has for others seeking to break free from oppressive environments. Cultural impact and public curiosity. The ongoing curiosity surrounding the Duggar family is partly due to the sheer contrast between their projected image and the dark realities that have since been exposed. For years, the Duggars were upheld as paragons of Christian family values, a countercultural model for large,